Yo, we back with another edition of the best podcast you never heard of. This is the Conceited Nobody episode 210, titled This is America. And we are documenting all the things that's going on in episode 246 here.
This is America. Episode 246 of America.
Yeah. And I hope they catch
That's
up.
The real title.
I hope they catch on to what exactly that means. We got a plethora of topics to touch upon. And before we get to those, you already know who I am. This is Latourus, a.k.a. Dark Skin Thanos, a.k.a. Heartthrob Airs. And I forgot I got the new mic. I'm over here molested it. I feel odd with this shit, so I started fucking with it.
Watch the hat joint.
Listen.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we just stepped into the future. We got these futuristic ass mics, and we're trying to upgrade the quality of your show. Ladies and gentlemen, is what's taking place here.
Listen.
Progress.
This is Dark Skin Thanos. I forgot where I was at on my AKAs, but that's neither here nor here. If they don't know by now, they'll figure it out. We about to have a fantastic show, and y'all already know how we do it, man. You already know the man of the hour right next to me. Without much further ado.
Yes, sir. It's your boy, Jason Ritchie, a.k.a. Go Jason on, a.k.a. Vanessa Williams, a.k.a. Send me the cash on Cash App, Venmo. I also accept cash, ho. Let's go. A.k.a. Marty McHigh, a.k.a. Senor Tezito to the Latino people, a.k.a. Andrew P. Richard, a.k.a. Drew P. Dick, nigga, a.k.a. your new favorite comedian, guys. Welcome to the show.
He's only the new favorite comedian for people who are not in the know. He's always been my favorite comedian. It's just a privilege to be here working with him.
Thank you, sir.
We do have a plethora of topics. Before we do get to them,
great show.
I'll be without the proper etiquette. If I ask you how you been doing.
Oh no, I'm good, man. We out here, man. We living this thing called life because we got to. Does that sound good?
According to GTA, there is an easy way out. Hey, you can't take an easy way out.
We just trying to be as un-NPC as possible.
trying to be very relevant.
Not woke, but aware, nigga. I ain't gonna say it woke. I'm gonna say
you say it woke, and I'd have told you made up some shit.
Woke. We aware, nigga, of what the fuck is happening, and I'm good though. I took a long way to the answer.
That's what they make clocks for, man. We got to use that time.
I just tried to finger roll, finesse that shit. Make a whole lot of nothing sound good. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm fantastic, man, and I don't want you to be so hard on yourself. You said a lot of important shit. I don't remember nothing you said, but
$20 words.
That shit was fucking important.
In all its splendor.
I'm over here. I hate when I be playing this shit back. I'll be looking like, man, I look so crazy, like I'm fucking on my phone. But people don't understand we are a two-man gang where we have to post this show. We have to do all the research, and we got to get some money.
Wear a lot of hats.
And I say that because we got to start getting somebody come in here and shit, do engineering, do our makeup. Not in a weird way, but to make sure that the camera hitting right.
Yeah.
That bitch is sitting.
Make sure that motherfucker's sitting on film.
But we definitely got a fantastic show lined up with some great topics. This episode in America, we got a cheerleader, a gigantic transformer, a giant dude trying to fight a female teammate was alleged to have choked this young lady. We also have I don't know if we're gonna get to all these, but Neil's wife, who we just rekindled his love with, just filed for divorce. She said he too into the hoes. We got some more plane news. And when I say plane, I don't mean boring. I mean exciting plane news.
Anything but.
Last week we had the helicopter chopper. This week we got a nigga jumping out the airplane.
Jeez Louise. Jiminy
then
Christmas.
To not be outdone in this season in America, episode 244, the police are going crazy and people are going crazy on the police. We have a police officer, a female police officer, using what they call racial epithets when referring to them jigaboos who wouldn't move out the way. And we also have a very unfortunate situation that's close to home. A guy that I know, He held court in the street, allegedly. And I'll get to that later. But we are going to have a fantastic show. We both are here tired. I don't know, my beard disheveled. I'm going to speak for us both. Jason need a haircut.
For sure.
What you going to do about that?
Let it grow.
You on that shit like a woman who's satisfied, who won. Who ain't got nothing else to, you know what I'm saying? No more trying, I got it.
I'm just gonna let this shit become a 27 piece or whatever they got. 17 piece where women just assemble their fucking hair like a fucking transformer and make a hairstyle. I'm gonna do one of them.
I would love to see that.
I'm gonna cut my hair off though and then re-glue it on there though.
Like women was doing their eyebrows.
Slick as hell, yeah.
The eyebrows back in the day, shave that shit off and draw some more.
Why you do that?
Women hate the most hard. Because they just say, fuck what you made, I'm going to recreate myself.
Erase this shit.
Like, they really be like, you know what, I hate everything. They contour their faces, make their face skinnier. They start sitting on sinks to make their asses look fatter. What else they do? They get the 27 pieces you mentioned.
They don't on purpose hate themselves. They was told to hate themselves.
Is that what you think it is?
I mean, a big part of it. That's how they make money.
Do you think you're giving them the easy way out?
No.
Of no accountability?
I said that's a part of it.
Yeah.
How
big of a part do you think that is?
You know,
and I'm not being ignorant because I believe what you're saying.
I understand. I think it's like 34, something like that. 30-ish, 30, 40, something like that. Because they're very impressionable, unfortunately.
Do you think
because these things are targeted toward them? So
yeah, and what things?
The things like. That distracts you. The distractions, I guess, is the easiest way to say it.
Because what I was going to say is, like, I think a lot of it is self-absorbedness. And what I mean by that is women do so much, they say emphasis on, they try to look the part to get the man. But I think that is vanity. And the reason why I say that because usually the things that women try to do or look like, no man has ever told them this is what I like. They'll see another woman who's seen to get the type of dude she thinks she wants, and then they will emulate her. And the reason why they do this is because they never had to do anything outside to be physical to get a man. So when they're 16-year-old Roos, and what I mean 16-year-old Roos, what they was doing at 16 not working no more, they never had to go to plan B. Like women don't have a spare tire of how to survive life. So what they do, they start piling on what they already have. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what I mean, that's how come I say go to like the accountability.
It's like, too much. It's too much. There's a lot that go into this shit.
Like what?
I mean, for sure, it's niggas that's gonna be like, yeah, all you gotta do is just be cute, bitch. I pay.
Yeah.
Like I pay for everything. Like, so you got the hella enablers.
I know.
What can we say?
And one more thing on that topic, it's very disheartening to see, like, and I use this analogy all the time. It was, as a basketball fan, it's tough to see Patrick Ewing in the Sonics uniform. It is very hard to see Akeem Olajuwon in the Toronto uniform. It's extremely hard to see a girl who was bad from 23 and under to still have that Jordan I can jump from the free throw line attitude while she got on a Washington Wizards jersey.
Uncle Rico.
Yeah.
Throw a football over a mountain.
Like they never learn to adjust. They never learn how to be better. When I say they, I'm generalizing not. It's always a remnant of women who can survive the times. They find other ways to be viable. And it's tough because I get it. I get it. It's like they never had to be anything but pretty. Like we always had to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? You poor. Okay, I'm going to sell some dope. You know what I'm saying? You ugly. Okay, I'm going to get a haircut. Like you always had you know what I'm saying? You could try to resolve it, but you always resolve. We never had the luxury of running going. Like even when we was getting S curls, we was doing the niggas. We trying to be, you know what I'm saying? The S curl king. We want
for the same reason you just described as them doing.
Yeah, but we that wasn't what defined us. If they didn't like the S curl, we can go what we want to wear.
That's true.
Everything to that same token, what men do, they do for women too. Like we do certain things for women, but it's not as defining. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll get a car. You know what I'm saying? We'll get some rims, but it's not just for the women, but it's a competitive aspect. Like it's to get a lot of women. You understand what I'm saying with that?
I understand what you're saying. I was just trying to see. I was just thinking of things actively that are happening like that, and I'm like, niggas ain't. I'm like, is niggas wearing purse for women?
Hey, hold on, because them niggas doing it for
That's
me.
a whole. I was about to say
They
that's
doing
a
it for
whole.
me.
Like, why are niggas wearing? And like, I'm just thinking about the styles that that become hot, and I'm like, did a woman say that was cool? Or did some niggas slip some gay shit in on these niggas again?
It was some older dude he looked up to who he secretly harbored romantic feelings towards. And to that point, though, what you saying, the dudes be doing lame stuff too, man. I'm not gonna just act like it's just women.
No,
when I see dudes, older dudes, still doing childish stuff, like they still. If I see somebody my age running with beats, with that trunk rattling, it's frightening. I'm convinced that they've come from a different time and a different place where Bill Clinton is on his first term as president.
That is a time machine.
It is. But we are going to have a fantastic show. That was our tangent on life as it is. Speaking of this, let's hop in with some salacious stuff, kind of along the title. The topic. Neo's wife airs out as alleged cheating 4 months after renewing their vows. I don't know if you've seen this picture that they had. This is a shout out to Hip Hop DX, one of the worst websites ever. I'll go here for my hip hop news when I want to hear hip hop news. Neo is on here dressed like what? How would you describe that?
This nigga.
What do you audition for, Gay Zorro? I have no idea what he is. He be in his own world. He's saucy. He very saucy.
Trans Wakanda motherfucker, this shit. I don't know what the fuck it is.
He always be on some silly shit. Neo and his wife, Crystal Smith, renewed their wedding vows in April, but it appears their reconciliation might have been short-lived. I don't know what the significance of renewing vows are. I think it's like aesthetics. Like you want to look away in front of people, or he trying to convince her. Like I'm sure when he committed to doing this, he was trying to recover from getting caught cheating. He trying to prove himself to her. Like, look, I'm gonna buy you another ring. That's just my assumption.
I was gonna say a rut. They was stuck in a rut. And motherfucker was like, I'm
remix.
Bored. Yeah, I'm getting bored. Let's go.
What you feel like? Let's
do this wedding again. You want to do the wedding again? Hell no.
On Saturday night, July the 30th, Smith shared an Instagram post alleging her singing husband is cheating on her, and now she's finally ready to walk away from the relationship. Vanity. I always harp up on that. I don't understand like why she would go, but we are gonna go into it to feed into her vanity and do exactly what she wanted to do. 8 years is the caption she put on here, and if y'all want to see this for yourself, it's Crystal Smith. That is her Instagram name. At this point, she has 666 followers. After I read this, I'm going to click on it because I think with trauma bonding as high as it is, she should be close to 1,000 after this soul-bearing post. 8 years of lies and deception. 8 years of unknowingly sharing my life and my husband with numerous women who sell their bodies to him unprotected. Of course, we will interject with our commentary. She had to know that he's a millionaire, and she wasn't the only person he was ping ponging. What is funny is how when women get cheated on, feel they've been cheated on, they point out some real detailed stuff. It gets hilarious because when you say women who sell their bodies to him unprotected, that is supposed to make somebody feel bad. I don't know if it's him or the women who are for sale.
Yeah.
That every last one of them. And she put exclamation. To say I'm heartbroken and disgusted is an understatement. To ask me to stay and accept it is absolutely insane. So he said, look, baby, this is me. And I can imagine he went in the closet, got that dumbass hat, put it on, and he probably licked his lips and hit that brim. Yeah, baby, look, this is me. Yeah, I hope he got a prenup. Because you come in here with this speech, nigga, you got to have a plan just in case it don't. To ask me to stay and accept it is absolutely insane. The mentality of a narcissist. Women run rampant with that term. It's only been popular in the quote unquote black community for like what, the last 2.5 years.
That's the mental
And I
health
don't
is
think
real.
they know what narcissism or narcissist is. The majority of women are narcissists. If we're gonna go by the Webster's, I will no longer lie to the public or pretend that it is something that it isn't. I choose me. I choose my happiness and health and my respect. I gained 3 beautiful children out of this, but nothing else but wasted years and heartache. She really wanted to say that I ain't get shit out of here. But as soon as she was typing this, she heard somebody say, Mom, I'm hungry. And she just couldn't disregard them as easily as she intended to, my assumption. I ask that you all please stop sending me videos or information of him cheating because what he does is no longer my concern. What kind of dirtbag, scumbag, piece of bloopity bloop saw Neo purchase a vagina and said, I have to tell Crystal. That's what we need to be talking to. And I wonder, like, how sloppy is he to where you out here and, like, was you in the Motel 6?
Yeah, like he like, nah, baby, I'm gonna do this. Like, you know what it is. Like, why you coming out here like that? I think it's interesting too. Like the next sentence right after what you was about to read was, "I'm not a victim."
Hold on. Let's get to it. Let's don't rush the people. I'm sure they anxiously waiting to hear what's going on in America, episode 244, the Neo scene. Well, you know,
just say I'm not a victim, bro. But you posted this whole thing about
because if you're not a victim, you're a volunteer.
You post this whole fucking long ass thing on Instagram to talk about 8 years of lies and deception for the secular
that I was loving
guilt trip. And now I'm not a victim. You found your strength mid fucking post, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. Go ahead.
I'm choosing to stand tall. You okay? I'm choosing to stand tall with my head held high. I feel like I gotta.
Right. Sit the fuck up, nigga.
I don't know how I'm gonna read with my head held high.
Shit.
If someone can't love you the way you deserve, then it's up to you to love yourself. With no hate in my heart, I wish him nothing but the best. Crystal Renee. She's entitled to anything she wants to do with her relationship. What I disagree with, the fact that, like, why do, like, when, and I hate to keep saying when women, but this is what women do. When they get out of a relationship or they start acting like they won a battle. Like they the first woman, like they the Jackie Robinson of relationships. She's not the first woman to get quote unquote cheated on. She's not the first person. Like, and I don't understand. I love myself shit. Like, what makes a woman think to love a man they have to stop loving themselves? Like, how are those two things mutually exclusive? Like, do women feel like, I don't know.
I get what you're saying, man. It is strange because it's like, yeah, you're gonna you could yeah, exactly what you said, nigga. You don't have to stop loving yourself to love a man, but that's how you want it to be. That's how you was told it should be. So you,
and who telling me?
So you hate yourself because you like, I don't believe that shit. So you like, I choose me, I choose self-love. You start yelling out all these convenient phrases, but you going against what you think, with how you feel for real, when in reality, you the one to determine your own relationship and nobody got to be in your business.
It's up to her to love herself.
Oh my God, 8 wives and shit out here.
Like, I don't understand, like, what were you doing before you figured all this out? Like, what? And there is a level of hate that she has, whether she wants to attest to it or not, but for her to hop on here, oh, you know what? Nobody gave a fuck because she still got the same amount of followers. Poor Crystal. Hold on, though. If you go to her page and you look at her fourth picture, she on here with her ass out.
Fourth most recent picture,
according to my estimates. Is my mine not refreshed? Is she in an all red dress?
Okay. And
that's the kind of picture you take when you trying to make him mad. Did you see the picture?
I'm looking right now.
That dial up internet.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I see that shit.
You see, she's trying to make him mad.
Is this a costume?
Yeah, is that what it is?
Nah, I was.
She got that out of Sorellas.
I try to give it a benefit of the doubt. No, fuck that.
She got that out of Sorellas.
This is 6 days ago too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she over here. She trying to prove to herself because at this point I wonder how much he cared. I wonder if she. I hate to be this dude, but now I gotta go on her follow, see if she still follow Sister Neo.
I'm looking for the pictures right now. I'm sorry, this is very
I gotta
unprofessional.
see if he rebutted. This it's embarrassing. Like I would be so embarrassed on both ends. I always say that people need to learn how to die in silence. Have a heart attack. You don't have to give yourself a public execution. Nobody has to know your business. Nobody got to know
Anything.
that you are strong. If that's your goal, like why would you want the world to know? Neo, you have what 24 hours have passed that you had to respond. He's posted 2 days ago. He posted him on stage as he should. Life goes on.
Neo ain't gonna be
Neo's
like,
out
hey,
here-
y'all, I cheated on her again.
Neo's out here actively choosing to love himself, and I like it.
I like that she deleted this nigga out of her Instagram pictures and shit. Like,
Did she?
yeah, he ain't on no pictures. Like,
He out here purchasing.
oh wait, here you go. I found one. This is from 2020.
Good grief, she went pre-pandemic love.
Yeah, she like, I'm not.
Did she
fucking-
look like she only loved him in that picture?
She was definitely not choosing herself in this picture.
Can we go somewhere else where I thought that the community that Neo was in?
Sure, let's go there. I mean, it's all around us, man. I mean, wasn't it just
We in upside down.
Oh,
We trying to escape. You be watching Stranger Things?
No, I can't get into it. I'm gonna try again.
Listen, I have a pretty good idea for the type of TV you like, and if you can get past the whatever you can't get past, you're gonna like it.
Was it
You got an eye for it.
Maybe it's the first couple episodes.
Because the cinematography, the story, the character building, the character arcs, it's a good show. The villain's good, and then in this particular season, the way they bring it all together, how it all culminate, you definitely appreciate
I'm definitely
it.
gonna watch it once all the hype and fervor dies down.
You got to watch it now because it's like before the next season start. So just in case, you can already be ready. You have your popcorn and shit like that.
I want to be waiting.
And they do good on the time. It's a period piece.
Okay.
And so you get the nostalgia of like looking, you know what I'm saying, seeing like certain references to the 80s, things like that. It's kind of like the only part that was good on Captain Marvel. Like the most exciting thing in a Captain Marvel video or movie was when they showed the blockbuster video. I was so fucking, I've never been so fucking
He was
happy.
like, I went there. I used to be there.
New release Tuesday.
Yeah, I used to fuck with it.
I'm gonna tell you one thing before we talk about this Texas shit. I used to get real amped up when I play video games, upset.
Okay.
You could rent systems back then.
Right.
You can really, and I got upset and I hit the motherfucking PlayStation. And my heart broke as I broke the PlayStation, but my brain didn't break. I was ready. I went to Blockbuster, I rented a PlayStation. Switcheroo.
Wow.
And I might have precipitated the downfall of Blockbuster inadvertently. I think that's what happened. And that was my atonement right there. I feel so much better getting it off my chest. Let's go to Texas.
You ruined the whole
Can we go to Texas?
We if we got to. Oh, your exes live in Texas.
Yeah. I hope your ex ain't got no more sweet, no meat swinging. Texas. Trans cheerleader kicked out of a camp after allegedly choking a female teammate. I don't know when we go back and do this video. But when we go back, when we play it, I might have to play it because this big dude. He's healthy. He's healthy. A transgender cheerleader who was born a biological male was kicked out of a Texas cheerleading camp and given a criminal citation after allegedly choking a female teammate. This is clearly a case of you dragging me to your pit of misery. Because you can pretend you're a girl all you want to, but don't be out here fighting girls. If you're not going to fuck them, don't fight them.
I like that. I like that, nigga. If you ain't going to fuck them, don't fight them.
Well, guys, this is painful to read. It was painful to hear because it's audio. Well, guys, I'm officially retired as a cheerleader as of last night at 5:30 a.m. A girl on the team was being very disrespectful and told me that I am a man with a penis and that guys should not be on the team. The outrage, the audacity. How in the how can this is clearly they say black men don't face their mental health issues, and this is if ever there's been an instance of mental health not being addressed, this is clearly one. Your thoughts? What was you about to say?
I had no response. That was just me trying to recover.
The incident. Oh, hold on. I stood up for myself. Oh, Avery Chanel Medlock. I hate how like these queers, like they will sauce up their names. They be calling there something like Daphne, Diamond, Sinclair, Regine, Boopy Doopy Doo Johnson. Like they will put some sauce on their
Depending
names.
on which way they go with it though. Like, cause if they trying to be a man, they try to get some real basic shit like John, James, or Stephen, or they like try to have like a male form of the
but I'm talking about the dudes who transform into girls. Like they always do some extravagant names.
Yeah, they do that weird shit.
I stood up for myself, and she called her mom and dad because she was scared because I stood up. No, she called her mom and her dad because some gruff voiced grown man was trying to fight her at
hulking individual.
And when you look at the video, man, it's the most hood rat. Like I can tell he practiced watching his aunts and stuff because he went to the door and can you come out? Can you come out? Because, you know, they all got that same voice. Where it's like, are you trying to sound like, why are you?
It's a woman impression.
It's a terrible woman from top to bottom.
I mean, everybody ain't actors, but everybody's trying to impress motherfuckers and fool motherfuckers.
I stood up for myself. Can you imagine? You don't have a daughter, I have a daughter. I wish a man would be talking about he tried to stand up for himself against my daughter. I'd have got that call, man. I'd have castrated that dude. Well, I'd have told him, man, listen, I'll see you at 5 o'clock shadow. Whatever I could say to insult. How do you insult a transformer? Like, what's the, I hope you get somebody pregnant.
Dickless hoochie. I don't know.
Shit. No, a hoochie with a dick. That's what you got to call it.
You fucking, oh, God.
Her father says she still has testosterone in a penis, and I will kill anyone who comes after my daughter, as he rightfully should. A very, very, very stand-up father he is. The incident took place at Ranger College. Oh, this sounds like a 1980s movies university.
I don't see how old. We didn't get there yet.
Where police responded to a dispute between the members of the team, according to Facebook posts from team members. Medlock alleged that a teammate made quote-unquote transphobic and racist remarks before the altercation. That big black, I can only, what? With cell phone video showing other cheerleaders hiding in a room from an agitated Medlock. They said, hide. That's a grown man coming here with grown man anger with women weave. This is like Baraka on Street Fighter. You can remember that electricity.
Oh, yeah, it's college age, so yeah, it's definitely like a big burly motherfucker.
And it's that vein that probably came out.
Blanca.
And then I'm gonna tell you what probably like made it more frightening. Because when they see that vein go to the middle of the forehead, they can only imagine like that's the same Vic that vein connects to the dick. I can only imagine the fear that these young girls are having. The father of the girl whom Medlock allegedly choked was also called to the scene by his daughter. He began pushing for the police to release body camera and CCTV footage of the incident. He took the noble way, I guess, as far as the law of the land. But I would be asking them to please don't release this because it's going to show me choke this dude.
So wait.
The father probably was scared, though.
Man, if the nigga was old enough, I'm fucking him up, man.
He probably couldn't whoop him.
We know he college. Oh yeah, that's probably what it was. Yeah. He probably like, I can't take this big little nigga.
Yeah, he probably doing flips and stuff, like man flips.
Oh yeah, he definitely fucking athletic as fuck, like a gymnast and shit. Like, so this nigga like, oh, this nigga was on the rings early. Fuck this, fuck that.
Incredible stamina. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I asked, what would you have done when receiving the phone call at 1 o'clock in the morning from your daughter stating they had locked themselves in a room with other girls.
With the real girls, they should have said.
The only girls.
Right.
Yeah. The father, Mike Jones, wrote on Facebook, "At no time did I ever say anything about your race or gender." Again, for me, this is the toughest time to be a white man in America because you always explaining yourself. White men are always explaining. No other race or nationality would have to even get on Facebook and post this.
Hey, but you really do gotta emphasize, like, no, it's not about race. You just ignorant as fuck, dude.
And that's crazy because we've been programmed to always go there.
Yeah,
everything
for sure. That's why I'm like, I feel him, and I'm glad because I be trying to emphasize when reverse, kind of like a reverse of the situation. If I'm feel like, man, is this nigga being racist?
Right.
Like, I'm not finna. I'm gonna say, like, I'm not. I don't even try to go there, but it's looking like all signs, like the Magic 8 Ball. Remember the Magic 8 Ball?
Yeah.
Fucking Spencers or some shit. All signs point to racist, nigga. You know what I'm saying? All signs point to, yeah. But yeah,
and I hate the fact that he had to go to the court of Facebook opinion. Like, you really went to Facebook for your judge and jury.
Shit, he just wanted to put it out there before they did. He had to get ahead of this thing, man. It's for the Facebook press, man.
That's like, I don't care that much about the PR.
I'm not a racist.
I get it.
They're just a fucking dumb nigger.
I get it. He probably said, my favorite transgender is RuPaul. Medlock asserts that the physical confrontation with the other cheerleader was actually a joke. I was just playing.
I call her a bitch, and then I try to swing on her, choked her a little bit. Well, fucking no, you can't play that shit off.
That's a D voice, period.
Little bit.
Period. But police on the scene gave the former cheerleader a criminal citation for assault and removed Medlock from campus. The incident comes as debate continues to rage about transgender participation in female athletics. Most recently, in the case of the University of Pennsylvania swimmer Lester Thomas, aka Leah Thomas. Thomas, we already know about him.
Was it Lester for real? Oh man, I wished.
Thing with that is though, what I'm really bothered by is I know how this ends. Yeah. Dave Chappelle gets his 10 Netflix special where he talks about this in detail, and he relates it to his transsexual friend he met.
That was a transsexual trail later.
Yeah. I just want y'all to know he's gonna stop, put his hand on something, and put his feet on something else, so he can seem relatable to the crowd and say, "I just want y'all to know that nigga had a big dick."
I know what you're thinking.
On everything, he get philosophical about some goofy shit. Overall, this is very disturbing.
It really is.
I don't understand this. This is maybe like the last 5 years in this season in America. The last 5 seasons in America has been very eventful.
I want to be a man Karen nigga and be like, I fear for the safety of all women in my family from these men who are posing as women and entering the I don't know. They on that entering the bathroom. They focus on the wrong shit.
Definitely. Definitely. Another thing too though, man, it's like I hate the fact that I forgot what I was gonna say that fast. This old age is getting the best of me. I haven't been right since my last birthday.
We gonna get you some ginkgo biloba, my nigga. It's okay. We gonna get going, nigga. Some, the shit that get your mind going.
I needed that. But I'm very disturbed at my lack of ability to remember. But it's crazy. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. It's crazy how like everybody struggle just jump past us. Mm-hmm. And when I say us, I mean
you good,
black men, because it went straight from like the all inclusive, like black people getting fucked up. Mm-hmm. Then like black people was getting, black men was getting highlighted as getting shot by the police, and then they started doing the Black Lives Matter, which turned into like Black Queer Men Lives Matter. And then they
black people
got color. George Floyd, and then they said Corona. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like
they did the people of color thing too, because they were trying to say like Asian lives matter and shit.
But it went Corona, then Asian. They started blaming them for the COVID. Yeah. Remember?
Yeah.
But you seen the weird shit like in this because. I always highlight the vanity of women, and it's always egged on. It's always pushed and prodded because in a natural state, a black woman wants to be with a black man, they want to be protected. They don't want to feel like they're superior, better. They want to feel like I'm helping. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that's how it should be. But they start getting it, the competition. Like we make light of certain things. We have battle of sexes. It's all for humor for me. Because I never look for solutions for black women for the problems of black men or the black community. I like to hear what they got to say. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's just 100% tomfoolery. Other times it's something very viable and you use it to build on. The women should be, when I say helper, I'm not saying I drop the hammer and you pick it up and you come up with a sandwich at the same time like you a slave. But if we're going to build something, hand me these nails and I'm a hammer. You know what I'm saying? Where we complement each other. You hand me the nails and a hammer. So when they was talking about Black Lives Matter, you could really see the liberal women saying Black women lives matter. Because they think they're a whole different entity outside of black men.
Women and children first.
If you say, well, yeah, black history, they say women's black history. As if they not encapsulated by the whole thing. Or you say something like, we black business owners. They say black women business owners. You never hear men highlight black men business owners. You know what I'm saying? Or black men history.
Because this is a patriarchal society.
And they hate it. They hate it.
We didn't make this shit.
And I guarantee you that if we just did a social experiment where just me and you got together, got a couple of sticks, because it wouldn't take much, but we just start breaking and dyke a couple of houses and stuff and start hitting them with the sticks. Ain't nobody gonna step up and defend the house. You know what I'm saying? So when those you need to be protected, you say, what?
So those poor windows. That siding was took a hit.
They gonna turn into women. Like the natural always come about. You know what I'm saying? So nobody needs a man until you need a man. Yeah. We understand that.
No, them old women know that.
When we talk, but it's a whole different generation. You know what I'm saying? That's why they let
that's all I got to say.
That's why Lester was able to stay out, you know what I'm saying? As long as he paid the bills and shit like that. But and we the only people say, I don't need a man. Which in turn have you growing up with a son who's going to cheerlead and can't fight little white girls. It's a hell of a cycle.
Windmill fists.
The cycle. He squared up. I guarantee you.
Oh, you talking about this nigga? Oh, yeah. I thought we talking about the future niggas. Yeah.
No, this the future's now.
That nigga Haymaid her ass, nigga. Not Haymaker. Haymaid.
And you know he did that all dramatic stuff.
Butterbean
shit. You know what I'm saying? He did all that dramatic. Yeah. I know you better watch your mouth. But we talked about something else, and I don't know what's worse. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. The previous story. Pilot found dead. Exits plane mid-air without parachute, and they say death remains a mystery. I don't know who's mystified by this instance. I don't know. It's suicide. Unless he was pushed by DB Cooper. Aviation investigators are scratching their heads over a 10-person plane that took off with 2 pilots, but returned with... I gotta admit, Jason, I sent you this without reading it. I'm guilty. This nigga's guilty. Cause I barely can get through this. This fucking bothered me.
Yeah, bro.
I am fucking... Are y'all really mystified?
Yeah, I'm cool. Okay. All right, okay. It's not 10 people in the plane. All right, cool. But yeah, this nigga definitely kicked that nigga out the plane. Get this motherfucking snake off my motherfucking plane.
Go ahead and take over for
him. An emergency landing went down at a Raleigh-Durham International Airport after a 23-year-old co-pilot Charles Hugh Crooks either fell or jumped to his death Friday. It was only 2 options. Fell or jumped to his death Friday while they were in the skies, according to federal authorities. They were trying to get back to the ground as safe as possible after the plane lost its right wheel when Crooks exited the small 10-seater. His body was found roughly 30 miles away, stuck in the trees of someone's backyard. He had no parachute on him. And authorities believe he fell 3,500 feet.
Fell.
Both the Federal Aviation Authority and National the National Transportation Safety Board are investigating whether or not he died before the fall.
How is that significant? Oh, unless he got shot or choked or poisoned. Oh my.
It hit him. Hit him with the arsenic or whatever the fuck they did in Hamlet. So then the other pilot was taken to a nearby hospital with minor injuries and released.
Scratches, defense wounds.
He landed the plane though, didn't he?
It was defense wounds when they were struggling for pilot supremacy.
Did the plane crash? All right, let's see. Crook's father, Hugh Crooks, told the...
Hold on, what's his daddy name?
Hugh.
Hugh had to run into a genie or some kind of gypsy at a carnival who told him his son. With a name like that, you knew your son was up there.
Definitely. He said he was unable to process the news, saying his son wouldn't trade places with anybody in the world. What? He was loved where he was. Crooks, who was a flight instructor, got his private pilot license while just a sophomore in college. And his father can't imagine what happened.
I could tell you, and I wasn't even there.
Go ahead.
He was a victim of some kind of strange sacrifice. They took him up there, and they didn't say who the other people on the plane was, did they?
It's only one person, they said.
Well, what was the 10 they was talking about?
It was a 10-person size plane.
So it was just them too?
Yeah.
I hope this wasn't some kind of love respect.
That's how I'm understanding this too.
And I don't understand like the significance of him making light of his son wouldn't trade places with anybody for anything. I don't get that. Like if you know what that means,
I'm like, yeah, is that like him? Like, was that a clue, nigga? Scooby-Doo? Like, did the nigga say they switched places? He was trying. I don't know, man. That was a strange way. That was a strange comment, or at least that was a strange comment or way to cut up some shit that a nigga said. Like, I could have said some other shit,
right?
Because he was grief stricken, I'm sure. But
I think more gonna come to the surface as time goes by and stuff to figure out just what exactly he means. What they call it? They call it
it's foul play, man. Something.
It's definitely foul play.
Probably over a girl. It's college kids, man. Them niggas say she was mine first. Ugh. Oh my God, what did I do?
Unless alcohol is involved.
Why did he sustain any injury while trying to? I don't understand. It don't say whether he landed the plane safely. It just said he sustained the injury and went to the hospital. This is TMZ, by the way. That's why we don't have much detail, folks.
It's fucked up that I see TMZ as a highly reputable source.
Man, they good for putting some shit out.
Speaking of putting things out, these body cams are amazing. It's something about these body cams that are letting people just get caught doing types of things, and we will see exactly what I'm talking about here in this particular instance.
Ridiculous. This profanity-laced rant sent veteran Cincinnati police officer Rose Valentino to desk duty. On April 5th, she was pulling into the District 3 station to fill out a report when she noticed vehicles lined on the street to pick up students from school. She activated her lights and quickly became angry when they didn't move. Is she gonna just sit there? Body and dash camera video just released by CPD shows what happened next. Oh, I hate him so much. Oh, I hate this world. After rolling up her cruiser's window, she uses the N-word. Valentino told investigators a black student gave her the finger, which led to her outburst. She was one of 4 officers profiled by WLWT and featured in a nationally televised reality show in 2011, Police Women of Cincinnati. Never a dull moment. You go into every situation as if it's the first time you've dealt with that sort of thing. In Valentino's most recent performance review, dated after the rant, she was complimented as a hard worker who uses good judgment. A supervisor recommended she study for the promotion exam. In January 2019, this official reprimand says Valentino showed body cam footage from a homicide at the Glenway Pony Keg to family members while having dinner at the casino.
What? It's where nigger gets shot.
She was arrested off duty. Her sister and brother-in-law accused her of pushing and hitting them with a closed fist. and using an umbrella to repeatedly strike a vehicle. She pled guilty to disorderly conduct, a misdemeanor, and was ordered to attend an anger management assessment. 2 years later, she admitted she did not have control of her emotions here. Valentino told internal investigations, "This is a hard job, and I was getting to a point where I was really being affected by it. I've been on for 14 years.
First off, I want to not let my program interfere with what I'm about to say. I'm not a fan of the blacks either.
I'm pretty sure like some fucking comedian said this shit already, but like who the fuck not racist in traffic?
In their own car.
This is a contained capsule. Niggas in there digging in their nose. We see that for sure all the time. So what the fuck else you think they doing? Niggas fucking their car. So of course they out here like, you fucking jiggaloo! Get out the fucking street, you moon cricket! That's like what did y'all come with this?
I'm a fan of well, this first I've heard of it.
We can jump to the moon, I guess.
Moon cricket. Oh, what? Moon cricket. First time in North Carolina to see Jordan dunk.
That's why fucking black people can jump so high. Because they're Negroes.
This particular story though, what I don't like is that they know that she was mentally unstable. And she was up for promotion.
You said they did note that.
They knew.
Oh.
And I'm not saying in regards to this particular situation, because this could happen to anybody. If they record me and the shit I see in traffic, I won't get the promotion. Everybody's a creepy cracker when I'm mad. I don't have a moon cricket reference. I'm working on it. What?
People probably research fucking racial slurs to yell out in traffic. This is Indiana, nigga.
Listen, what bothers me is that she was up for promotion when they knew that she had temporal outbursts. Like, I wonder how soft is her brother-in-law getting punched by his sister-in-law. They not highlighting the fact that she pulled a pistol out and said, if you say something, I'm shoot you, then punch you. She is an angry person. And not only
she a tough Tony.
Very. Anthony to you.
Like, right. It's like, what the fuck?
What bothers me, though, is that it's not her, what people will perceive as racism or prejudice, whatever. It's the fact that how fired up she got. And this is like that zealous behavior is what lead to people getting shot.
Yeah.
Had she been in a particular space where this black child, because they was in school, it was a child. Mm-hmm. If you can control your emotions dealing with children, especially in this particular type of job that you have, you definitely shouldn't have this job, because if you're not under supervision or your awareness is low that you don't realize you have your body cam on, if you was in I beat up your sister and your brother, so why wouldn't you beat or shoot him?
For sure.
And this is how come they should do like psychological evaluation of police officers.
Or pay more attention to them fucking tests, nigga. They seem like they choose them based off of them having fucked up psyche valves.
Right.
For real.
There's a bunch of fucking what's it? Tackleberries.
Yeah. Yep. Police academy.
But it's tackleberries all over the police.
But it's like, it's funny to me though, like how motherfucker, it's kind of ingrained in the culture. Like everybody like shit like super bad, right? Where the kids talking big shit to adults, and they in these situations talking shit to the cops and shit like that. And they think that shit funny until they actually in the situation, and then they jumpy, and it's like, nigga, you kind of got to deal with the repercussions of what motherfuckers have encouraged, and like, how could you kind of got to be ready for that shit. You sitting there watching that shit at home, and you got to expect that kids is not just not cussing and not like doing lewd shit that adults is doing. Like, what the fuck you do in front of your kids. Like, you know what you say in front of these motherfuckers at the crib, and you tell them don't go to school and say that shit. So why would you be surprised that a motherfucking flipped you off? Ain't that what she said?
Yeah.
Nigga.
That was her excuse. I doubt if that even actually
I'm just saying, you threw that shit. You even threw that shit out there, which made it make perfect sense about your point. Like, she gonna spaz out on a motherfucker if a middle finger threw you off.
And that's why, and when I speak on the evaluation, it should be extensive. It shouldn't be. It should be viewed by multiple psychologists. People who know how to predict people's behavior based off fucking twitches, body language. You know what I'm saying? Fourth grade conduct tests. You know what I'm saying? Or grades and shit. I think because what you do, you putting these people out here with basically they operate with impunity. You know what I'm saying? They can do anything they want to, and the most they're gonna get is suspension with pay.
Yeah, they treat that. I think what it is too. I mean, I don't want to sound like it's all in the training, but it's really like they train to deal with motherfuckers like they not people. You know what I'm saying? So they not gonna never consider a motherfucker. They need to be more so choosing these officers based off of who can interact with people for real.
Yeah.
And actually can diffuse a situation for real. You know what I mean? Like somebody who actually can fucking try to talk that shit for real before getting to that level because they done been there before.
Right.
Or at least they need to fucking some interpersonal communication training for real because we in the reality and age of where these little niggas don't like to talk. They don't like to say shit.
Right.
They don't like to communicate with adults and shit like that. They don't even like to order their own food. Yeah. They mumbling and shit like that. So anything like less than what we expect or what typical motherfucker expect to a police officer is gonna be seen as disrespect.
Right.
Because you mumbling at a motherfucker, you like, man, you ain't talking shit like that, man. When you talking, I ain't even do shit. That sound like you finna be resistant.
Right.
So I don't know, man. It's a whole host of things that kind of factor into that, but it do what you said is the main thing to take away from this though. Like you mad? I mean, like you need to be coached mentally.
Did we how old she is?
I don't see that shit.
It may have not been noted.
They pretty good about these last couple reports that we had. They not very good about
give us details.
Age. Yeah, because age be a good factor in this shit.
And the reason why I asked about her age is because I made light at the beginning of the story when I said that I'm not a fan of the blacks either. Mine come from 4 decades of interaction. I know I don't like niggas. I wonder where her audacity come from. Like, how many black people has she encountered to say that she fucking hate them? And like, in what environment is she encountering these people? And
because a motherfucker who been around long enough know that it's specifically inherently different types of black people for you to understand.
And I'm sure there's black people in the police force. In fact, dude that went to school with me, Dwan Yale. Last I heard, he was a Cincinnati police officer. He's going to be a good source, though, because he probably one shucking and jiving, letting us say nigga all over the place. He's not a reputable nigga. But it's an unfortunate situation. If I was recommending something, I would recommend that she get fired.
Maybe somebody on the force, do we consider that maybe it was the nigga on the force that was like, you can say that shit. Like, we just in the car.
And that's what it is. Like, people get comfortable with, you know what I'm saying, certain people, and they make these so-called nigga jokes. And they take it to a different thing.
And I've recently just had this happen to me where, like, a motherfucker, like a Burmese chick was like, what's up, nigga? And I was like, what the fuck? And I ended up finding out when I reacted to her, not even in no, like, I'm finna beat your ass. Like, it just was like, took it to the chest. Like, yeah, I was like, what the fuck? She was like, oh, my black friend, he told me I can say that.
Oh, bitch, she tested out on you. That's like she sat down and watched Bruce Lee movie the whole weekend and said, I'm gonna try this move on Jason when I get to work.
Like, that shit funny as hell. How niggas be authorizing motherfuckers and they just take it from one. Like,
he was trying to hit her.
Probably.
He was trying to hit her. She came and tried her new move on you.
Or trying to set her ass up to get beat the fuck up.
That too. One more thing before we move on. What made me ask about how old she is, because I don't understand like white angst against black people in this day and age. Because your first interaction with black people, usually you want to be that person. Like when you talking about your great-grandparents, your grandparents' anger, it's where you was above them, and now it's a semblance of they've taken over, so now you mad. But you mad us and we wasn't in chains. You mad us, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We was on your TV, so what is it? Is it envy? Because it ain't generally when white people, I say I don't like black people, niggas done did stuff too.
Yeah,
They don't got on my nerves. Like they don't have the proper interaction to hate.
And
you understand what I'm saying?
A lot of time it only be one time too. They don't take multiple times.
It's usually not even a personal interaction. It's TV. Now she could be having the Derek Chauvin anger. You know what I'm saying? The Blue Lives Matter crowd. You know what I'm saying? This is my speculation. I'm not absolutely sure, but it's crazy.
I just feel like if they encountered this shit as much as we did, then it wouldn't be like, you know what I'm saying?
So they got to see it from our point of view or feel the pain that we supposedly feel. And I think that we have a very great way of tapping into white pain along the same line. Maybe not as harsh, but it's been this way on both sides. Court doc. Suspect in Elwood officer death made song while saying he would kill police if caught. Elwood is a small town in Indiana. It's in Madison County, just, kind of slightly northwest of the prestigious Anderson, Indiana, directly west of Muncie. It's a very rural town, which at one point housed the KKK, the Grand Master. Back in the day, Elwood was highly known as a racist town.
That's where the boss level was at.
Yeah, the top dog. When we used to play sports and stuff, it was like a taboo to go to Elwood. We was kind of scared. We was on somebody else's fear. I'll say that to just get a temperament of what old Elwood was. Now there's black people live in Elwood. There's factories where black people work at.
Niggers.
Formal charges have been filed against an Anderson man in connection with the deadly shooting of an Elwood police officer. The court documents detail some of what happened after the shooting, including information the suspect FaceTimed his parents and girlfriend. It also detailed what police found when they searched his business. This is not the original article. This is, of course, after they've did their due diligence. So if there's anything left out, I'll rehash it or anything for people not familiar with this particular story. Around 2 a.m. Sunday, Elwood officer Noah Shanavaz was conducting a traffic stop near the intersection of State Road 37 and County Road 1100 North in Madison County. The last radio transmission that Officer Shanavaz would make indicated that the driver of the vehicle he pulled over had a gun. What were you chuckling about, Jason? I'm sure the same thing I chuckled about.
It was
the 2 a.m.?
No, it was I saw a picture of the guy who he pulled. Hold
on. Well, just to stop right there, it's strange that you pull smart at 2 o'clock in the morning by yourself.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm going to tell you why it's strange as we get more into this story. A court document filed in the same case said officer arrived to find Officer Chavanaz, I'm probably saying his name wrong, and still in his patrol car, weapons still in his holster. The windshield and the driver's side window were damaged by gunfire. What? I got to talk about it. I'll go where I forget. You pull him over. You're the one pulling over. Why is he getting out? When you pull somebody over, when a police officer pulls somebody over, I'm sure he's in the back. So he should see every move he makes. So you sat there, you watched him walk to you with a gun, you radioed that in without unholstering your gun. Keep that in mind. Responding officers conducted life-saving measures until EMS could arrive. Officer Shanavaz was flown to an Indianapolis hospital where he was pronounced dead of multiple gunshot wounds. The document states that due to severe trauma, the number of times that he was shot is unclear. Severe trauma is you count the bullet holes. He was allegedly responsible or has some semblance of life when you got there. So, and y'all out here working on him for him not to be dead on the way in Indianapolis, or was he already dead? A Hamilton County Sheriff deputy heard of the shooting and saw the suspect's vehicle going 70 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone. What catches me on here is, and they may speak on it, but how did he hear about the shooting when the last transmission was he has a gun? You out in rural areas, 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if you've been up in Elwood on 37. These are very rural areas. No, there's no lights. The only people up are cows who got to go pee. The deputy went to stop the vehicle, but the driver fled. Deputies tried to stop the vehicle with stop sticks, disabling the driver's side tire. Still, the driver went on. Very resilient. Documents state that Fisher police tried pit maneuvers on the vehicle multiple times before it stopped. Police took Carl Roy Webb Boards II into custody and found a handgun in possession and a rifle with a high-capacity magazine on the driver's seat. There's always a high-capacity rifle there. Carl Roy Webb Boards is somebody I've known since I was a child. Always been off to me. Always seemed weird. Always look like you look at a corner of his eyes. And if they don't highlight some of the things, I'm going to highlight them for you as we go on. Police tried to get a statement from Boards, but the document stated that he did not wish to provide one. The document states an Indiana State Police detective spoke with his family, who told them that Boards called them on FaceTime while he was fleeing law enforcement. His girlfriend also said he called her while he was fleeing. I don't understand how the police work in certain situations, but if you have the suspect basically red-handed, why do you go and talk? Like, why are you still trying to build a case? Why are you going to talk to his mother or his father or his girlfriend? I don't know the intricacies of how this worked, but I watched a lot of VU or SUV, whatever.
First 48, too.
Definitely. Police continue their investigation, leading them to a Marion barbershop that Boards on. Investigation. What are you investigating? You have him, unless there's more to it. And I'm a conspiracy theorist. And there will be conspiracy theories coming out of here once I'm finished. The document states when detectives got there, a man told them that Boards was at the barbershop nearly every day, even sleeping there sometimes. What time does this take place that somebody's there to say, oh, yeah, he be here, he be asleep? Listen to what else they say he said. The man also told police that Boards mentioned he was a member of the Black Hebrew Israelites. The document states that the man told police that Boards made a recorded song making statements that if he ever was caught by the police, that he would kill them. This is a random person that you're going up to. The police going up to you. I told Maurice, shout out to Maurice. Maurice sent me this article, told me that Carl had did this shit. I looked at his Facebook page. He had things to let you know that he subscribed to the ideology that we are the Hebrew Israelites, that we are the true people of the book. As soon as Maurice told me that, I said, oh, that's what they're going to highlight. Then I told them they're going to call it Black Hebrew Israelites, because that's what they say when they're trying to call disparagingly. They never say Black Christian. They never say Black Muslim. They never say Black Baha'i faith. But they do that with this. And I told Maurice that this is so basic and so predictive on how they do this that I told him that it was going to come about. What bothers me is that you allegedly found somebody who said that he has a barbershop. And the person just volunteers the information that like, he's a Black Hebrew Israelite. And he also said that if he get caught doing what? If he get caught by the police, he gonna shoot him. There was no person there. They haven't talked to anybody. I'll guarantee you that. The detective searched the barbershop, finding an area that appeared to be where Boards slept. The document states that police found a loaded high-capacity magazine along with flyers and pamphlets that appeared to be consistent with the Black Hebrew Israelite philosophy.
They trying to make this on some terrorist shit.
When you read the ADL description, that's how they consider it. They consider Black identity extremists. That's what they consider Israelites. And newsflash, all the Israelites are Black. So there's nothing of note there. What it conflicts with is the truth that the people who are in the land now are not true Jews or Israelites.
I like this report. I mean, I like this quote from that. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I've been in the truth or the knowledge of who we are for probably about 6 years. I was blessed by the Most High to open my eyes up and let me know who He was. Very, very blessed. Not lucky, not fortunate, blessed. He opened my eyes up. I've yet to see pamphlets or literature. You see these different camps out on the streets and things like this, and even though they are heralded as some kind of violent people, they say they cuss people out, but they don't exude or exemplify a violent culture. They don't go out here terrorizing white people. But we'll go further. It's hard for me to wonder what information he had that had the quote unquote philosophy, and another high capacity
Said it came from the
rifle.
ABL. You talking about the Hebrew Israelite philosophy and shit?
No, they saying that was his.
Uh,
Like they say they had pamphlets and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I'm saying. Oh, okay.
The ADL, which it says here, who are the Black Hebrew Israelites? The Anti-Defamation League provided some background information about the quote-unquote Black Hebrew Israelites in the 2019 report. There are many sects which refer to themselves with variations of the name Black Hebrew Israelites. Anybody who refers to themselves as Black Hebrew Israelites are pawns. They damn near some COINTELPRO agents. Don't nobody run around calling themselves Black Hebrew Israelites. When the people say that, they say it disparagingly. They say it with a wink. The so-called, they do things like that. Their variations. There are camps. There are different camps and stuff, but I'll get more into that a little bit later. Some, but not all, are outspoken anti-Semites and racists. What they call anti-Semite is saying that those aren't biblical Jews. Those aren't hysterical Israelites. And there are other quote-unquote so-called Semites or Shemites, people who descend from Shem, who attest to this. If you ever get a chance to read Arthur Kessler, I can't pronounce his name, but he was a so-called Jew who identified the fact that they are Khazarian converts. They're not real, but these people didn't live in the land before 1948 as a group. They were never identified as Israelites. You was about to say something?
No, go ahead. I forgot.
And they say racist. What they call racist or black supremacy is you saying I'm not a nigger, I'm not a coon, I'm not a jigaboo, I'm not a slave, I'm not an African American, I'm not an African, I'm an Israelite. That's racist, and it messes up with the constructs of the American society or the worldwide society where we are a dependent people. When you know exactly who you are, it makes you independent of your oppressor because you start reaching for higher things. You have a higher level of self-respect for yourself when if you think that your history started in America and you was creating peanut butter and stoplights, it's not as powerful as knowing that you are the descendant of a literal king lineage, King David, priestly tribes, you know what I'm saying? Influential people who at one time dominated the earth and will again. It's way more advantageous for the system to convince you that you need to be accepted here, as opposed to that you need to lead the world. You see what I'm saying? So when you start going against that, it causes a rift. You know what I'm saying? So they try to figure out ways to get you.
They definitely trying to marginalize that shit like it's the Nation of how they do Nation of Islam niggas.
Definitely.
I'm like, nigga, they still practicing the same shit. You can't
and to
take
that point though,
away from a motherfucker.
With the Nation of Islam or any other particular religious sect group or whatever, they have a hierarchy in the leadership. You destroy the head, the body falls. Our head is the Most High and his agent Yahusha, the Messiah. Unless you can kill them, you can't do nothing. Like these false flags and things like this, they cause a rift, but they can't go nowhere. Because what it is, it's the Most High who's in control of it all.
They just gotta hide the shit, that's all.
Definitely. It should be emphasized that the extremist or anti-Semitic sects of Black Hebrew Israelites are unrelated to the thousands of Black Jews and other Jews of color in the U.S. who are genuine members of the Jewish faith.
They funny though. They basically just said they hate themselves.
Listen,
anti-Semitic.
Yeah, this is what they saying though. They saying genuine, like they think they the authority of history. So they say these people actually feel like in the ADL, I think it's a Jewish ran organization. They say the actual or the Black Jews. What they talking about? They talking about the Igbo Jews or the bloodline Jews who end up moving to Israel and they get discriminated against or they're forced to convert to Judaism. They don't get to live out the scriptures as the Most High intended, but you had to conform to their fake shit, for the lack of a better word. It's so much I go into, but just for the sake of time, I'm going to zoom through here. And people who read this not knowing the historical values of the things that a bunch of people who actually know what's going on, they'll never listen to me. They're gonna go to this because it seems official. And then when you attach a person who's killing police to it, it makes it look real wicked, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go on. It says they're not genuine members of the Jewish faith. We're not, but we're not Jewish. Ish implies like childish, you know what I'm saying? Things like that, blackish.
Not exactly, but similar too.
Yeah. Furthermore, they should not be confused with the Ethiopian Jews who mostly live in Israel today. They don't even want those.
I was about to say, I thought that was interesting. Oh, you gonna claim the Ethiopian?
And they deport some of them. They go over calling niggers and stuff. They don't like us. Anti-Semitic Black Hebrew Israelites assert that white people are agents of Satan. Jews are liars and false worshippers of God, and the blacks are the true quote-unquote chosen people and are racially superior to other ethnicities. We are a chosen people. I don't think that white people are agents of Satan, but Jews, or the so-called Jews, the Khazarians, are actual false, and they worship Satan.
But that statement even implies that for you to try to disprove all that about us implies that you assume that about yourself. You just said you basically just said like y'all not superior to us, we superior.
Basically. Hey, if we conform or assimilate with anybody's okay with it. But if we say we chosen, then it's bothersome.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you have to understand that where there's smoke, there's fire. So if they're agitated for a reason. The Anti-Defamation League goes on to note that not all Black Hebrew Israelite organizations are anti-Semitic or extremist. We're the descendants of Shem, so that's even an oxy.
Who is the ADL? Shit.
It's a Jewish organization.
All right.
The Southern Poverty Law Center does not recognize the overall movement as a hate group. However, it lists dozens of groups within the movement as hate groups. The group came to public eye in December 2019 when two people attacked a kosher market in Jersey City. Oh, God. The store owner was a detective. The ADL says there are reports that the shooters may have been members of the movement. This shit ain't gonna ever attach itself though, because the Most High, what he's doing, he's about to redeem us. We ain't gonna let his name keep getting dirtied up
at all.
And that's what they want to do. Before the shooting, the document states that Boer had a significant criminal history, which includes a conviction 16 years before this shooting after he shot at police officers. He also has convictions of battery with deadly weapon, possession of cocaine, possession of a firearm by a serious violent felon, resisting law enforcement, carrying a handgun without a license, possession of a controlled substance, and criminal recklessness. In this case, the Madison County prosecutor officer formally charged Boer with murder, 2 counts of resisting law enforcement, and serious violent felon in possession of firearm. The prosecutor also filed a habitual enforcement enhancement and felony firearm enhancement. The office is seeking a life sentence. Without parole. Contrary to most beliefs, most reports said they was talking about the death penalty.
Yeah.
Something else what they not talking about, which I just found out. Carl had made a post talking about how he killed his own father because his father didn't show him love. I ain't know he had killed his father.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna tell you where I want to go.
Carl? Sound like Sling Blade, nigga.
On everything. Where I want to go though, man, I'm not gonna go into it as much as I was because for the sake of time, and I could be here all night. There's so many things, so many variables that's going on to this that just stand out, and it's like they just playing. And when I mean playing, it's like they just putting stuff in your face. Carl's 42, a variation of 6. The officer is 24, a variation of 6. They said that there were 36 rifle casings on the road. 366. It's all, man, in the numbers and stuff. And it's crazy because people, they won't get it. They won't understand. They said that he was a driver of a 2012 Buick LaCrosse. 12 divided by 2, 6. 2 plus 1 is 3 times 2 is 6. This shit be sounding crazy, man. It sounds crazy even as I'm saying the shit. but he's shooting with a rifle, and they don't know how many times he got shot because of the trauma. What kind of high-power rifle lets you survive this shit? How are you getting shot through the glass and you don't even unholster your pistol?
They trying to say he shot him. Maybe he just got hit in the same spot too many times. You know,
The same hole.
Yeah, next to it, you know, it just widened it up, and they like that looked like one big hole, man. Well, we know he didn't get shot one time.
Oh fuck! So I'm gonna go here real quick, and this is as far as I'm gonna go on this shit. And they say he had an AK. That's crazy.
They say he had an AK.
Yeah, but
wasn't a good day.
Not at all. What really gets me, and this is, he had all these arrests for the same thing. There was a behavior problem. It was a pattern. You like guns, you like drugs. Two things that don't mix, especially if mental illness is in here. And when I say mental illness, I'm not talking about the fashionable, cool mental illness.
Hey, mental health is real.
I'm talking about, obviously.
What does that
Between
mean?
him and the cheerleader, something's wrong with black men.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying though is that I believe in MK Ultras. I believe in programming. I believe in sacrifices. The short version of me is to believe that when he was going in and out of jail, that he was being like, if I wish I had the kind of access where I can get the psychology records. It's like I guarantee he's been in some kind of psychiatric care.
Yeah, after,
and I believe he's under some kind of program. And I believe that the young boy who got killed, which is an unfortunate event, 24 years, I believe is a sacrifice. You out here like, who in the fuck puts a battery in your back to stop somebody on a rural road at 2:00 in the morning? Like, what are you thinking? And then for you to have him pull over, your antenna should be up. Why? How does he get out and where? For one, I don't know how Elwood police or whatever. I'm sure the Elwood police, but they don't have body cam. They don't have dash cams. We should have. I guarantee they have a dash cam. They should. And like, why don't you have the recording of him getting out? And these things go viral. They go public. And at some point, I'm hoping that it will, just to kill my thoughts, to make me feel like I want to feel crazy. I want to be crazy in this situation.
Just at least one time.
So show me him getting out, walking up to you, and you not getting out. I'm like, what the fuck you doing? Why the last thing he got a gun? It don't even make sense. Then
protect yourself, nigga.
Once you light him up, you saying I'm holding court in the street. It's nothing. Nobody going. You call your mother. You call your girlfriend. They're not saying what he said to him. I'm wondering if he said something like some crazy shit going on. Somebody was out here shooting at the police and they saying I did. Or I just blacked out and I shot this motherfucker. I don't know what's going on. They doing all this pit maneuver. You got a high power rifle. Your life is already in shambles. You know what you done. You know where you been. You know they're going to get to hit you with the bitch. Why not fuck it up? Why not just shoot them? Why not go out? Why not hold court in the street? My next prediction. They're going to suicide. They're going to suicide. They're going to string him along just enough to highlight the so-called Black Hebrew Israelite connection. Nobody's talking mental health right now. This is a person who clearly wasn't stable in his mind or his thoughts. Mental health, nip it in the bud. You see he unstable. Well, I want to see the alleged person he went to the barbershop, he's pouring his heart out to as he was sleeping there, talking about he's a Black Hebrew Israelite. I want to hear the song where he said, fuck the police, I'm going to kill them if they get me. I don't want to see this surface level evidence.
Why was he in the barbershop? Like, this nigga, when you see the nigga hair, like, he ain't a barber. And he don't look like he get haircuts, nigga. Unfortunately. So I'm like, I can't believe that source.
Another case of Blanca. But he did have a barbershop, though.
He owned the barbershop.
Yeah, he owned it.
Oh, okay.
But he don't look like he could hair, as you said.
Okay, I was like, something ain't right.
And they do have video footage of him being apprehended. You see my police talk? That's the first thing. I think that's the first time I ever used apprehended in a real life scene.
Apprehended.
But I'm telling you, man, you can see a lot in a person's eyes and stuff. They had that glossy look, like they just snapping out or something. I wonder if he's been debriefed. I wonder if he's been debriefed. Has anybody came to him and shit? They go in there, they snap their fingers and shit. If he say he don't remember this shit, know that I'm right.
Definitely.
If he
I about to
starts,
say definitely, that's 100,000% correct.
yeah,
You gonna remember some shit like that.
and that's how it always happened. If you ever look at any alleged shooters of these instances, they usually always black out.
You always see him in handcuffs with their hands.
And I don't understand how he didn't get shot. Like, why they didn't kill him? Like, why? If there's ever a chance to kill somebody, or you know what I'm saying, this was it.
He was coming right for me.
This was it. Y'all could have got away with murder.
You definitely hate y'all missed one.
Yeah. I don't for one, I 1,000,000,000% don't dispute the fact that he killed this young man. I don't dispute that at all. What I do dispute is the details. It's just, come on, man. I don't even think you seen this shit. I'm gonna be playing this on the video, but just check him out, man. Like it can't just be me. I can't be the only person who thinking past like the conventional thoughts. Do he look like a motherfucker who just lit a motherfucker up and shit on a rural road and shit at 2:00 in the morning? It just don't look right. Not in my opinion. He don't look like he there doing.
Nah, not at all. And they gonna say it was drugs for sure.
Definitely. I'm saying it's drugs. It's just not the physical drugs that they want to attach to it. I think it's mental, you know what I'm saying? Some old psychotics. Yeah. So I don't know. I hope that I'm wrong. I hope that I'm not right. I just want to be proved wrong. I'm not saying either infallible thoughts, but it's so predictable. I told Maurice, like, soon as I was reading, I said they're going to highlight the fact that he's quote unquote a black Hebrew Israelite. It's the low hanging fruit. And whatever they trying to do, it's not going to happen. Like, even their lies never beat the truth.
Hey, you know, y'all halfway know the nigga. Like, was he in any other groups?
As far as what?
Like, was he in a car club or ever in any other groups?
I ain't seen Carl in a long time.
That you had ever known in his lifetime. Was he a part of any other group?
Carl, one of them people, like, everything just went haywire one time. It's not somebody who was a troublemaker when he was small. No. But I don't know. Like, I know what you're saying. Like, but I don't know him personally and stuff. No, it's like recovery and shit like that.
Gotcha.
But it's weird, and we're gonna watch how it play out.
I'm like, they would not have been like he was a part of the Cutlass Car Club, and he was planning on killing the officer with his car conspirators.
And it's always they've been programming us where they talking about the police can use, or of course can use your lyrics against you. Play me the song. I want to see if it's a banger. I want to see if it's you know what I'm saying?
Can you imagine, like,
I ain't no Carl fucking rap, man.
Bro, can you imagine, like, going out over some lyrics and it ain't even a hit, nigga?
Listen.
Yeah, you ain't even on.
I think they don't want to release it because I think that bitch gonna turn up. That bitch gonna be
I'll be sick as hell. He like, they gonna know my name now. Maybe that's what he was thinking in there.
You know what I should do?
Like, maybe they gonna put my album out. Probably.
You know how ignorant I'm feeling. Going there, of course, shit say it's his and release it to everybody. Come on, man. Listen, we got copyright everything.
Oh yeah, they didn't consider. Yeah, they don't consider that anybody could have did that. Like they be forgetting Tupac still coming out with shit.
Jason, you ain't hear what I'm saying. We can get out the hood.
Hey, we can make it.
I'm gonna kill the police. I'm a BHI. I'm a black Hebrew Israelite. I'm gonna kill the police and I'm gonna run.
That wasn't him, y'all. His mouth was moving, but that was fucking who the fuck was that? Ray Donald Trump. What was his name? I'm sorry, man.
What you got, man? Tomorrow? Are you tired?
We gonna see.
You gonna see?
We gonna see. I'm at the eatery is where it was. I guess that was the name of the show I referred to last week.
Yeah,
Chicken and Chuggles. That's what he told me. But we're at the eatery on 1313 North Sherman.
Laugh and eat simultaneously.
Some good niggas closing the show out.
Is it?
It's some funny. I mean, you know, it's some good niggas closing the show out. But yeah, I suggest you go. I suggest you go, guys. It's gonna be a good time. They said chicken and you get to laugh, nigga.
Sounds going down, big
Don't do both at the same time, though. You might choke. It was gonna be chicken and chocos. Ooh, dumb dad joke.
did.
Don't you disrespect that motherfucking bullhorn like that, nigga. Unless some reggaeton.
Well, I have the appropriate one. My apologies.
There we go. That's we don't let that shit fly, nigga.
No, this is the best podcast. You got anything you want to say in closing?
Guys, just make sure y'all follow at Go Jason now on all so what do we call it?
Streaming platforms.
No, well,
social media sites.
Yeah, we call it social. On all social at Go Jason R. Make sure you're following at TCK Podcast on Instagram and YouTube, guys. Make sure you subscribe to that and tune into all our shows. But until then, that's all from me.
Sayonara. I ain't got nothing going on. I'm just here.
All right, we'll be back next week.
Another fantastic episode of the best podcast you never heard of, The Conceited Nobody.